They say curiosity kills. Tonight, I'll show you why. 4 things I wish I never saw, and 4 stories I can never forget. Stay with me, if you can. It was a quiet night. Emily's parents had gone out, leaving her alone with Max, her golden retriever. Max was her protector, or at least, that's what she thought. It was roughly around 10 p.m. She was curled up on the couch, watching a movie. She could hear the wind rattling the windows, and somewhere the floorboards creaked. Max was lying at her feet, tail thumping gently. Then she heard a whisper. "Emily." Her heart jumped. She called out, "Who's there?" and received no answer. Max didn't bark, didn't growl. He just sat, perfectly still. A chill ran down her spine, and Emily decided to go check on Max. He was lying in the living room, sleeping. When she reached down to scratch his head, something cold and stiff licked her hand. Emily froze as Max didn't move. Slowly, she leaned back and looked at him. His eyes were glassy, empty. And then she saw it. Claw marks, deep and fresh across the floorboards. These marks led towards her bedroom. The thing that had licked her hand wasn't Max. By the time she realized the truth, the shadow in the corner had already stepped forward. The last thing she heard of was the soft, familiar thump of a tail. Sam had always ignored chain letters, emails, and text, even the old-fashioned paper ones. They were just silly, harmless superstitions. But one night, he received a message unlike any other. The subject line read, "If you don't forward this, you'll regret it." He laughed. Of course he laughed. But curiosity got the better of him, and he opened it. The message was simple. Forward this to 3 people. Fail, and you will see the face of what you fear most tonight. Sam rolled his eyes and deleted it. Later that evening, he tried to sleep. The lights flickered, and a whisper slithered through his room. He heard a voice call his name. He sat up and saw nothing. The whisper came again, this time from the corner of his room. "Did you forward it?" Panicked, Sam scrambled to his phone. He tried to send the chain to 3 friends, but the message wouldn't send. Every attempt failed. Then he saw it. His own reflection in the dark window, but twisted, smiling, Behind him, the shadow moved closer. The next morning, his bone lay on the floor, the chain message sent to himself, with one new line added. Now it's your turn. Liam and his little brother, Oliver, loved building things. But tonight, they had something special. A scarecrow named Rufus. Rufus was meant for the garden, a harmless straw figure, dressed in old clothes. But as soon as they finished, a strange feeling hung in the air. They laughed it off. Kids were afraid of nothing, right? That night, Liam woke to a sound. A soft scraping in the garden. He rubbed his eyes. Rufus wasn't in the garden anymore. "Oliver?" he whispered. No response. He saw a shadow moving across the room. Something tall. Something that was stiff. Harold was leaning in the doorway, his head tilted like it was observing. Liam froze, unable to move. Rufus's hand twitched just a little. "Who's there?" Liam stammered. The scarecrow didn't answer. It didn't need to. By morning, Rufus was back in the garden, but Oliver was missing. Liam knew that the scarecrow had made a new friend. Every night, Mia had the same dream. She walked down a dark hallway, walls stretching farther than they should, lights flickering at the end of the hall. And at the end, a door waited. Inside that, she could hear whispering, voices that she didn't recognize, murmuring secrets she couldn't understand. Each night, the dream became more vivid. She could smell the damp wood, feel the cold floorboards under her feet. Then, she woke up and noticed a small note on her desk. It was in her own handwriting. It read, "You're not awake." She laughed and thought to herself, maybe I was sleepwalking. That night, the dream returned, but this time, she noticed something different. A figure standing behind the door. Its face was blurred, but its eyes were hers. Mia screamed awake, only to find her room exactly the same. The next morning, another note appeared, identical to the first. And on her pillow, a handprint. She hadn't moved in her sleep. She hadn't left the house. But the dream had.